Okay. Okay, so again, welcome back. I'm back. Hope you enjoyed the exhibition. And we are going to have a workshop on smarter planets, smarter cities, which will be led by Amit Sinha.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Right, let's see if the technology actually works for me. Can everybody hear me properly?
No.
Your hands up, you say aye. Yeah. Okay, so we've learnt a lot about what sort of smart planet is. We've had Jerry Riley and Ian Alexander, who have very eloquently given their views, their opinions on what exactly a smart planet is, and some of the ideas, and some of the kind of fundamental changes that we need to, what we're experiencing right now. But and I suppose Alex has also gone through what Students for a Smarter Planet actually is, and he's begun to try and connect smarter planet to universities. So what I've got the pleasure of doing for the next 30 to 35 minutes is taking you through a workshop that will begin to make you think a little bit more about this, and hopefully will make you realise that actually we as students, we don't know exactly what's going to happen with Smarter Planet and us right now, because this is such a new concept to us. It's something that we want you guys to begin to explore, and that's what we're going to be doing in the workshop. So I'll take the next 5 to 10 minutes just to talk to you or to introduce you to the workshop, and then you'll be split off into groups where you'll kind of come up with a couple of ideas, and after about, like I said, 30-35 minutes, you'll come back. You'll have 2 to 3 minutes TED-like presentations, and the group with essentially the smartest idea, which will be judged by a panel of senior IBMers and senior university staff, will win a very, very, very interesting prize. So let me just kind of, before I dive in, let me just give myself a formal introduction. My name is Amit Sinha. You saw me right at the beginning. I'm the Executive Director for Europe, for Students for a Smart Planet. I'm also the Co-President for Students for a Smart Planet here in York, and I'm also a member of the IBM Global Student Advisory Council. So this is a picture of the hub. This should be quite familiar to you. This was not when the snow was the worst. It came up to my knee, which was pretty bad. This is kind of a much better sight, if you like. But what I really want to do is I really want to kind of take a step back right now. And I want you guys to begin to think, along with me, about where you're standing right now in terms of the university. So this university was opened in 1963. That makes it 47 years old. Ooh, there we go. That makes it 47 years old. And in 47 years, what has the University of York actually achieved? So, in the QE Higher Times rankings, I don't know what you want to call them, we were voted 70th in the world, right? So we're out of kind of this whole agenda that they've got, we were 70th. We were the 70th best in 47 years. That's pretty phenomenal, right? We were also recently voted in the top 20 European universities. We were actually 17th, I believe. And recently, I'm sure all the students here have heard about it. We're a university. Yeah. we were University of the Year 2010. But the real question is, given that we've got this idea of a smarter planet that is taking place right now, what does the university have to do in order to keep up? And when I say keep up, what does it have to do to sustain its position in the market, in the university market, and maybe even rise? These are some of the questions that we want to begin to answer. So you're actually sitting on Heslington East, which is a £750 million project that the Vice Chancellor and the university management team have come up with. And they're very actively looking to make this university, and the planet, the university mainly, they are really a lot smarter, right? But my question is, does smarter campus actually mean just buildings? Does it mean buildings, or does it mean a little bit more than that? So let's begin to dive in. So I just want to summarise. Kind of the overview, the high-level overview of Smart Planet that Jerry Riley very eloquently gave in his presentation. So our world is becoming a lot more instrumented, and it is becoming a lot more interconnected. If you just take a second to look around the room, you'll begin to realise exactly how interconnected we are. Right? We've got a lot of foreign students here, and we're beginning to study in very much a global manner. We're also becoming a lot more intelligent. We are York University students. We are the best. We're better than Cambridge and Oxford. We're better than Imperial. We're better than pretty much everybody, in my humble opinion. So we are becoming a lot more intelligent, and it's not just us. Everything is becoming a lot more intelligent. So what I really want to do is I'm going to give you an idea of what I feel a Smarter Campus is. And I'm going to do this by actually relating it back to me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a small framework that I've built in order to make you think about something like this. So I'm a normal student. I'm a natural student. I naturally go out. I come back in at 4 a.m. And I generally have a lecture at 9:15. So yesterday I had a lecture at 9:15 in the morning. Now I get up at about 8:10 in the morning, right? And when I get up, and my housemates are here, so they can vouch for me, I'm a very, very angry person. I'm extremely groggy. I'll be kind of hunched back, walking along. I'll give everybody evil eyes. Trust me, if looks could kill, they would be dead by now. Okay, I promise you. As I walk into the kitchen, and I'll try and make that cup of coffee to wake me up. Okay. Now that cup of coffee will take about 20 minutes to really sink into my system. By which point I'll look at my clock and realise, oh my goodness, I've only got about 20 minutes to get ready before I have to rush over to Heslington East to have a lecture in kind of the law management building, computer science building, wherever. Okay, so that's what my normal routine is right now. So let's fast forward to kind of maybe 20, 25 years when we begin to when we think that Smarter Campus could potentially be implemented. Does Smarter Campus mean that I can actually have a 40-minute line? Does it mean that I can actually get up at 9 o'clock and go into the kitchen at 9:05, still vaguely angry, but 9:05 nonetheless, make that cup of coffee, come back into my room, turn on my laptop, go onto a web page, and actually have the lecturer give the lecture then and there? Does it mean that I don't have to take that 25-minute walk to Heslington East, which I do really hate, especially when it's snowing?
And good for you.
Absolutely. Does it mean that I don't have to do that anymore? And I can actually have the lecture given to me right there, right then? Does it also mean that potentially that lecturer could be a professor in China who is, I don't know, a professor of artificial intelligence? Is that possible? These are some of the questions that I want to kind of pitch to you guys. So let's have a quick look at the framework, and I'll try and link it back to the example I gave. So what is your vision of a smarter campus within a smarter planet? And is it linked to any frustrations that you currently have? So getting up at 8 a.m. is a frustration for me. I do not like getting up at 8 a.m. So is it directly linked to anything like that? How could the 3 I's, so that's the interconnected, instrumented, intelligent, how could the 3 I's begin to realise some of these visions that you could potentially have? Right? And what's the value? What's the value to the students? What's the value to the faculty, to the members of the university? What's the added value of your your project? And finally, how can a team of students begin to realise these projects? And I think that's one of the key ideas here, is that we are students for a smarter planet. And we have the backing of IBM, we've got senior IBM executives here, we've got the backing of the local council, we've got the backing of the university. How can a student begin to realise some of these ideas? So this is the framework that we're going to be using to judge your answers upon. And what we're hoping is that for about 25 minutes, is that correct, Charlotte?
About half an hour.
Okay, about half an hour, I'm wrong. For about half an hour, what we want you to do is we want you to go off into groups and think about some of these questions that we've got here, right? So think about some of the ideas that you've got, and come up with maybe 1 or 2 concise ideas. We'll then come back, and what we'll do is we'll have 3-minute presentations, like I said, TED style, and what you'll do is you'll kind of pitch these ideas to our panelists at the front here, who will then be awarding a prize to to the best group. So I've got my amazing colleagues at the back, Heidi and Elliot. Say hello. Who are going to split you up into groups now. So if you just don't mind staying just for 1 minute, I'll leave this framework or this food for thought up, and you can begin to jam if you like. Thank you.